Okay guys, so I'm going to basically explain some random information of how I discovered the Z-axis a very long time ago. So I thought the game is just 2D, like, I was dumb. I thought the game might just be like 2D stuff, but I didn't realize that the game was in 3D hitboxes. Despite being all my frame tests, I didn't realize the game was in 3D hitboxes. I discovered it one day by accident. I'm just going to give information ahead of time. Link's release of the arrow is 1 frame. When you spot dodge, you are vulnerable the first frame and invincible on frame 2 and onwards. If I shield and hold down, it should dodge right away. If I shield and do C-Slick down, it should also dodge right away. So, I will have Link and Sheik face each other. Charge my arrow, hold shield. Now that I'm pausing it, all I have to do is release the B button. While keeping shield held, I do a dodge. And I spot dodged it. Now, face them away from each other. Do the exact same thing, but have Sheik and Link face the same direction. Charge the arrow, shield, release B for the arrow so I can put that controller down, and hold down here. Whoa, it looks like I got hit. So, that's weird. Maybe I messed up. So let's do the exact same test over. So that's what I was thinking. Maybe I messed up. So let's try again, and then I shield. Release the arrow. And I get hit again. So I'm like, why is that happening? And I eventually figured out through testing between multiple characters like Zelda and just a bunch of different characters, I eventually discovered that you don't necessarily need to be flashing invincible in order to dodge something. You can dodge something because of the Z-axis. And we later learned that and then I discovered through basic logic that Link's arrow is a very thin hitbox. And even though Sheik was not invincible, her body doesn't necessarily dodge it at all times. You can avoid it on the Z-axis without necessarily being invincible. Another example of Z-axis, another proof of the Z-axis that I found. So if I turn all the items off, I think, well, let's just keep all the items on actually. All I need is, no. I should just put on crates. So I don't know if many people notice, but when you use crates, you go into the Z-axis, and I don't think you have a... I don't believe there's invincibility there. I believe Mewtwo is not flashing when there's a crate. Watch this. See? Look at what's happening. See how I'm here? Now I'll see how I was not flashing? I'll show the same example again. After I grab a crate. Okay, here we go. And release it. And I'm not flashing invincible. I dodge the arrow and hit Link. So from these 2 tests alone, I came to the conclusion that the game actually has Z-axis. You don't need to necessarily be invincible in order to avoid something. And you don't need to be avoiding it to the left and right to avoid something. You can avoid something from the Z-axis. And that is one of the deep things of Melee. That can be both annoying, but also very good to know. And it can explain a lot of things when things seem to not make sense. There is a good chance it's from the Z-axis. Right, that's all.